Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Left them, the crude mercenaries for hire delved deep into the conspiracies surrounding Jay and Andrew's case, uncovering some critical evidence, including a possible rebellious uprising. Can Jay and Andrew make proper use of these key pieces of information, or will the Imperium's justice system silence them for good? Let's find out.
All right, Daniel, this is a bit of a rush. We finished reviewing the tape, so it's nice to hear them actually call Magnifico out, but I'm trying to rush repair this data disk.
Yeah, with only 5 minutes. I mean, a lot less than that now. And it was interesting to try to listen through all of that at, what was that, 5x speed? That was insane.
Daniel, I mean, you know, the elephant in the room here, I got to clear this away, Jay. What was with the crude voices?
I don't know if we have time to talk about this right now, but you're gonna have to blame Atris for that. That's an Atris program that's still kicking around in my head.
Atris, he always makes the most diabolical things.
Yeah, like you. Okay.
What? Sorry, what? Hold on a second. I'm not diabolical. Okay, we can't argue about this right now. Okay, clearly Magnifico is involved. They called out the mule's name. They've got this data slate that could have information on it?
I mean, we can call it a data slate. There's not much left.
Okay, well, what can you pull from it, buddy?
All right, I'm going to do a tech use check.
Tech use 7.
7?
You're probably not getting anything.
Well, we'll see about that.
Challenge accepted, Daniel.
Yeah.
That is...
Okay.
Part of it is a good roll.
Okay. I will use a wrath to re-roll some dice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that count towards it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually pass, and I rolled a 6 on my wrath die.
Oh, yeah, Daniel.
Challenge accepted.
That's
actually,
right.
Challenge complete.
Oh my gosh, it's Magnifico's personal files.
Wait, hold on. Something's unlocking in my digital view. It says you've unlocked an achievement. What the hell does that mean?
So you were able to access the data. Unfortunately, there's still not a lot on it because mostly it's been destroyed.
Yes.
But there's on here. There's a lot of propaganda. It looks like sort of like flyers and equivalent of stuff that's being passed around, talking about how. I don't know if this has been distributed yet or not, but how, like, Hardin doesn't have any money to pay you anymore. What are you doing on this ship? Like, you're only going to get killed. It seems to be a lot of treasonous sort of materials.
My goodness, Magnifico must have taken that Photoshop class, another piece of software that survived the Age of Strife.
Yeah, I mean, like, clearly he's not as good as me. I mean, have you seen my puppy art? I mean, it's quite exceptional.
You have puppy art?
I didn't show you my calendars?
Whoa. We need to set some time aside to go through these calendars. But before we get to that...
But the 6 on your wrath die, maybe the most important thing.
Oh, right, yes.
There's a fingerprint on it. You're able to get one fingerprint off of it. You don't have a fingerprint database to compare it against, but you do have a fingerprint that was on this data slate.
Hold on, let me CSI this real quick. I have no equipment to do this.
Nice.
I'm just going to,
Let's get in real close. Who's got the dust? Let's feather dust this thing.
I mean, do you have any dust?
I've got a lot of things that I could set up to look like lights in the background to make cool effects, and I can make beep noises with my mouth. Does that help? Beepity beep, 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 beep.
Moving on. Daniel, do you have any kind of crime scene investigation stuff?
I'm sorry, crime semen investigation
Scene investigation? There might be semen.
Is this a special victims unit situation?
I mean, we are special victims, Daniel.
Man, Magnifico gets really excited about this propaganda. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I could go for right now? Some iced tea. Anyway, so...
Wow.
I don't know why I said that. I don't even drink anything.
We're real deep on this one, guys. We gotta get at it. We gotta get out of this.
Okay, it's that wall there. Hey, you two, and the skull. Stop chatting.
I think we're allowed to chat in here. I mean...
Nah, shut up. It's trial time. Let's go.
Trial time? Man, it's my least favorite time.
What? Have you had trial time before?
I mean, I've been asked to go to trial, but, you just don't show up.
That is not how that works.
That's not how that works?
The door is unlocked, and this guardsman, who you do not really recognize, is pointing a gun at you and saying, "Come on, let's move."
Definitely Squad B.
Yeah, definitely Squad B. Losers.
Somebody's getting a demotion.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess we're going to the trial now. Do you know anything about how trials work?
I mean, I definitely do. Jay doesn't because he never goes.
Huh? Well, I mean, I could have gone, but I've read about trials. And by read about, I think I've heard someone mention them before.
Yeah, just now.
Well, I mean, it's a trial under Imperium law, which means... Do we have any other options? Do we think we could escape maybe through like a vent or something? Because I don't know if this is going to go very well.
Okay. I'm gonna play with this idea a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after we get out the door?
Okay, we get out the door. Well, there's space outside of the ship, which is bad unless you're in a ship. Maybe the fluffy demeanor's gone.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe we commandeer a ship and run for our lives for the rest of our time in the galaxy.
Do you know your way from here to the shuttle bay? I've never been to this part of the ship before.
I haven't either, and I really don't want to be back here anymore. Okay, maybe an escape plan is not a good idea. I mean, we've got a lot of good evidence here from less than 5 minutes that we've been able to assess it. I mean, we got a fingerprint. We don't know who it is.
Yeah, I'll remember to bring that up. I mean, hopefully Magnifico is actually here, so we can like put him on the stand. I heard that. I heard them
put
say
him on
that.
the stand. What do you mean the stand?
I think you make him stand, and then like everybody's like,
hold on a second. Maybe I don't fully understand how trials work. How do they work in the Imperium, Daniel?
Well, I mean, there's different laws on different planets. The only sort of law that everybody has to follow is the Lex Imperia, which is the body of Imperial law. But that's only really concerned with traitors and heretics, which I
mean, he's technically calling us traitors, right?
Yeah, in that case, if he chooses to follow it, it's generally set up like a traditional trial structure. From what I understand, he would serve as the Inquisitor. He would judge. He would hear everything that is said and then make a sentence. He would have ultimate authority in that regard. But generally, you would have, there would be the defense, which would be us, and I don't know if we're going to get an advocatus. Advocatus is the person that is our advocate and defends us. It's an old imperial law term.
Can we select our own advocatus?
I think so. If any are willing to work with us, I mean, we could. Do you know anybody who knows about laws?
I mean, Susan's pretty smart.
There is no way she's gonna defend us, Jay.
Well, why not? I mean, like, she knows us. We're capable.
And well, so just let me tell you this thing. So I feel like we should know about the trial before we get in there, because I feel like we're going to get in there in just a second. Then opposed to the advocatus is the solicitores, and they are the person that is presenting the evidence that says that we are criminals, whereas the advocatus presents evidence that we are not criminals and that we should be innocent. The solicitores gets to make an opening statement, then we get to make an opening statement, then the solicitores presents a bunch of evidence to prove that we are bad, that we did the crime that they're talking about, and then we can cross-examine, which means if they brought anybody up who says things, we can ask our own questions to sort of prove that the evidence is bad. Then when they're done with that, we get to do the same thing. We can present any evidence that we have, and then we get to make some closing statements, and then Hardin gets to say what happens.
Okay, well, that's actually not that bad. There's a lot less just shooting us immediately than I thought there would be.
Okay, I'm just going to say this right off the bat, Jay, because you wanted this. I am 99% sure that Susan is serving as solicitors.
Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, maybe. I'm just thinking back on our history now. Hasn't always been our favorite. We haven't always been her favorites, I mean. That could be bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, crushes aside, like, I mean, it's very clear that you have a huge crush.
I don't know what you're talking about, but listen, I listen. Maybe we can find an advocatus out there, or of course, listen. I could always be our own personal advocatus. I've got a way with words, some might say.
Well, we're coming into the courtroom right now. It's a pretty large chamber, and there are a ton of people sitting in here, all excited to see what's going on. There are occasionally presentations of this sort, legal systems that are kicking off on the ship, and people don't usually come, but there's a lot of people here today. I think they're excited to see somebody die.
Maybe they're our fans.
Yeah, maybe they're defenders of ours. Like, I see Alpha Team over there. I see A Team over there. I see... Okay, well, that's C Team, and we haven't been the best with
Some
C
people
team.
are literally booing you as you are entering into the courtroom.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Okay, well, all right. That's hey, opportunity for us to change some minds and turn some things around. That is... Wow, I thought we had a lot more friends on this ship.
There are 2 desks in front of a huge throne, and I guess we're being led to this one right here. And right. Oh, look, Magnifico's at the other desk. I think Magnifico is the Solicitaris.
Okay, so if maybe Susan is an option then as our advocatus.
She knows nothing about our case.
Well,
and you're assuming she would be on our side. I'm pretty sure.
She's sitting right there, actually. She's actually sitting right behind Magnifico's desk.
Oh, wait, with him? Like?
No, like a couple rows back.
Okay. Hey, Susan, you advocatus, right? This team?
She's one of my witnesses.
What? Wait, what?
You're going down.
Wait, Susan's gonna be one of Magnifico's witnesses?
I was trying to tell you this.
No. We've got friends here. Hold on, let me turn around. Let me do this real quick. Hey, everybody! Hey, it's Jay. It's Andrew. Your favorite bosses. Who here with a legal degree is definitely the best. Who wants to be our advocatus? Now, just line up, and we'll take some applications very quickly, and just stand up. Just stand up. Or come to the front. Don't be shy.
Somebody throws a mug at your head.
Ow, my God. What the hell?
I'm getting...
Well, it didn't break. I'm going to keep this.
Jesus. All right, well, I guess...
One of us has to be our own advocatus?
Okay. Here's how I think this should go down. Because you remarkably talk your way out of situations. I think you should give our opening statement. I think I should present evidence.
We are co-advocatuses.
Yes.
Advocatee. I like it.
And I'll kind of help, but as a skull, I don't really have any legal rights, so...
Daniel, we've talked about this.
Yeah, you've got plenty of legal rights.
No, like literally, I do not in the law. I mean, maybe Hardin will give me some rights or whatever. Oh, look, there he is. There's a hush that has fallen over the room as coming from... he seems to be coming from the ceiling. I don't know if he's using some sort of personal float. I think he's got some sort of anti-grav thing or something. He's just floating down as if he is some sort of god.
I mean,
I just stand up and start doing a slow clap. This is a bad situation, but I mean, you just got to respect
And here's the thing. They don't like you, but you start the slow clap, and everybody does join you in the slow clap.
Yeah, this is how it starts.
Yeah.
Get him on my side.
I mean, the man does know how to make an entrance.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
also,
amazing.
Those robes. Wow.
Yeah.
There are, so there he is, and he's sitting there, and he's just glaring at you two, and me.
Hey,
Captain.
Hey, Captain Hardin. How are you doing, Captain?
This court is now in session. We will follow the strictures of the Lex Imperia and give a fair trial to those who have possibly wronged the ship.
Possibly wronged.
Solicitaris, your opening statements. Magnifico steps forward. He's a short, orange person. About 3 feet tall.
His nickname is the Mule.
Yes. Your Excellency, this trial is merely a formality. It's very clear what happened here. These 2 fools have proved to be vipers that you clutch to your bosom. They have stolen your treasure and made you look like a fool. They have brought nothing but destruction in their wake ever since they arrived on this vessel. I need not list their incompetence. You can simply look at the bottom line. The sooner they are dealt with, the better. I respect your decision to offer them a fair trial, but I do humbly suggest that we skip this theater and perform a summary execution immediately, as you are well within your rights to do.
Objection.
Can he object to that
You
statement?
do not object to the opening statements.
Oh.
I think that, look, hey, a rough start, but this is the first time we're avocado. Got to learn.
I think it speaks for itself. Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, okay, so I got to do an opening statement. What are we thinking here? What's our avenue here? What's our theme we're going with?
Okay, you're going with clearly we were set up.
Mm-hmm.
The evidence will indicate that Magnifico is starting an insurrection. You gotta lean into that one.
Do we say Magnifico right away?
I think, yeah. I mean,
Hold on a second. Maybe we save this. Because we might give him more time to prep. But if we just hit him with it,
catch him off guard when we get him on the stand.
Yeah, give him the old rope-a-dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Kansas City Shuffle.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is, but I'm sure
it's on
works.
Juno, right?
Okay, there was a lot of applause for Magnifico, which gave us a little bit of time for this to happen, but now it has gone very quiet except for a cough in the background, and they're waiting for you to begin.
Okay. Here
Cough
we go.
is probably Susan, but...
And I stand up. Your Excellency, Captain Harden, and all the fine people here, I, Jay, and Andrew, and Daniel, are here to discuss our innocence, because the facts, and they are facts, hard, real, technical facts that we will share today will prove without a shadow of a doubt that we did not steal anything, and that we have always been supporters of you, Captain Harden, and the great work that you've done, and all the people here. So, check it out, because here it comes, hot and sexy.
I feel like you lost it a little bit at the end there.
Do I make any sort of check?
Yes, but with that being the thing you said.
And he's Eldari, and it's a room full of humans.
Oh, no!
It is a room full of humans.
What's my difficulty for a persuasion check?
Because it is a room full of humans, the difficulty is going to be 7.
Interesting. Well, I'll have you know, my persuasion is a whopping 6. So here we go. I got a 2, so didn't start off great, but I'm going to build to it. I'm going to build.
So, depending on what you say, you will have different checks. If you hadn't ended your opening statement on such nonsense, your check would be a little bit lower.
That's fair.
So, I'm not saying not to be yourselves. Definitely be yourselves, but do know that you are in a court of law.
Jay, you forgot to mention how dumb we are, and we could never have stolen all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that. Wait, you think we're dumb?
I mean, are we smart enough to steal an entire vault full of treasure?
I mean, if we put our mind to it, maybe let's think about
Jay,
it. How would we have done this if we could have done it? Whoa, we shouldn't be thinking about this.
Solicitaris, your first witness. Yes, Your Honor. I call to the stand Security Chief Doug Taylor and recordings on the security systems showing the suspects entering the vault.
Well, we entered the vault because all right.
I'll
We'll let
take
it
care of it.
We'll let it go. We'll let it go.
We'll spare you the formalities. Show us the evidence. No, I got it. I got it right here. Let me pull it up. And he knows a little bit about tech, and he's pulling it up. And on the screen, it shows the 3 of us going into the vault. We're entering a code in. The door opens up. We go inside. The door closes. And then it's just sort of looking at the door for a while. And then there's some shaking. There's a loud noise and some shaking on the other side of the vault. It's closed for several minutes. And then it opens up with the guards rushing inside, arresting you. There you have it. Now, is there anything useful that you were able to get from that security footage that is not visible to the naked eye? Yeah, actually, we're running an analysis on it. There was definitely a huge energy spike in the area. Seems to be of warp design. I assume Eldari tech was used to move whatever was inside the vault and steal it. That is obviously what I assume has happened. And you could see nobody entered or exited. There's treasure inside, then there's no treasure inside. I think it's pretty clear what happened. Thank you very much.
I'd like to cross-examine.
Yes, of course, of course.
All right, first of all, I want to ask you a question. What was your name again for the record?
I'm Doug. Doug Taylor.
Doug, you're a security chief.
Yeah.
So you saw us on the video entering the vault.
Yeah.
Did you see us leave the vault?
Yes, you were brought out in manacles.
By you? Or by your team?
By my team. I mostly observed the footage.
Did we have any treasure on us?
Well, no, obviously.
Did you notice as well that the door, in fact, shut behind us and locked? That was rather odd.
Objection! What? How is that related to what is going on? That's nonsense. What do you even... I will allow it. Hold on. Continue.
So, Doug, you noticed that the door shut and locked behind us. Now tell me, if you were a thief trying to steal from a vault, would you enter the vault, lock the door behind you, use some kind of warp technology, as you put it, assuming it's Eldar, which we shouldn't assume here, facts only.
Yeah, don't make any of those kind of quick... I'll let you finish.
That it's warp technology to get rid of the treasure, yet we kept ourselves inside to be arrested? Does that track for you?
You guys are kind of idiots.
And
there's just like, oh, like from the audience.
And with that, I look over at Andrew and put my hand out as to tag in.
All right, fine.
All right, I'm in. Doug, Advocati, Jay, nice to meet you, buddy. Wanted to elaborate on that. You said we're idiots. We're dumb. We're just a bunch of dumb dummies. Tell me, how did we manage to orchestrate getting all of that treasure out of that room, being so dumb, Doug?
You guys are like, you guys killed an Inquisitor. Like, you guys are morons, but you're like very competent morons in some ways.
Okay, so we're competent in some of the things we put our mind to. Now, if you could play back that footage again, Doug, could you roll to the beginning of that for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice we're walking up to the vault. Doug, do you notice what we're carrying?
I didn't really note. I assume that's the bomb that you're bringing in, the teleportation bomb.
No. In fact, some people can validate this. This is the drug water that we secured on the previous planet. Now, why would we be bringing that in to then promptly teleport it somewhere else? Because I assume you didn't find any in the vault when you were there, right, Doug?
That's true.
Objection. That seems like conjecture.
I don't know about that. If we were, so interested in getting everything out, why are we busy adding anything in, Doug?
I would assume you were using the drug water as part of your plan.
How so?
It has magical properties.
Do you know this for certain, Doug? Are you a warp drug water expert, Doug?
Objection. Harassing the witness. Sustained. Calm down there.
My apologies, Your Excellence. I'm merely trying to assess Doug's expertise. Clearly he knows security footage very well, but he seems to be making some general statements here to you and to everyone at the trial that he has some insight knowledge on warp technology and drug water. Is that correct, Doug?
It's relatively common knowledge that... No, I guess I don't have a ton of knowledge about that.
No further questions, Your Excellency.
Solicitaris, do you have another witness? Yes. I have proof that this is not just a plot involving Jay, Andrew, and their Servo Skull companion. No, they have foul allies elsewhere on the ship. Their lackeys, the Guybrushes, who have disappeared as if they do not want to be found, and they're disgusting Xenos allies.
Objection, Your Honor. We can tell you exactly where the Guybrushes are and our alien allies.
What is it? Hold on, Magnifico. What is this?
We found out that the Guybrushers were captured by... We'll get into that. And we know exactly where they are, in fact.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to ask you to wait for you to present your own evidence. That is not quite what we're discussing here, but those are very serious claims to make. I look forward to you proving them.
Sure. Thank you.
I will be bringing out, if I'm not going to be interrupted again.
No, we never do that.
I will be bringing out Matt Morwood, a man of upright standing here on the ship, who is badgered and harassed by 2 Kroot that threaten to eat him. He has many powerful friends on the ship, as he is very keen to tell anybody who threatens him. And he is now going to tell us exactly what happened. Matt Morwood, who I recognize as the person that the Kroot shook down for information about the teleportation bomb, is brought up on the stand. Mr. Morwood, tell me what happened when the Kroot met with you. Yeah, they were running up on me and they were saying like, oh, we got, and I only was able to know that they were saying this because of the skull, that skull right there. They were coming to me, and I think they wanted me to stay quiet. They were talking to me about the technology that was used to teleport the treasure away, and I recognized it as the kind of technology that was used on Sephora Secundus, and then they said they were going to eat me. They said they were going to eat me. There was nothing I could do. I had to give them that.
Objection. Irrelevant.
I am trying to prove the character of the people that Jay and Andrew associate with. I will allow it. I do want to learn more about this situation, but let's not focus so much on the evilness of the Kroot. Let's focus more on the actual facts that are going on here. Well, tell us a little bit about the bomb and what the Kroot did. Well, it is a bomb that was used on Sephora Secundus. Yes. And how do you know this? I used to serve on Sephora Secundus. I was very proud to be part of the Planetary Defense Force, and I'm also proud to be part of this crew. I was recruited. Yes. And when did you see this? There was a terrorist activity. Yes. And who went to investigate? Who was involved in that terrorist activity? Is there anybody in this courtroom that was there when this terrorist activity took place? Well, those Jay and Andrew in the Skull, Your Honor, they were there. They fought rock monsters. This was several years ago, but they were involved with the technology that teleported things, and I assume that's why they knew about it. And then, when they found out that I knew, they sent their goons after me to threaten to eat me. Thank you. I'm sorry for the difficulties that you have faced. No further questions. I believe this explains everything.
Yeah, I think maybe...
I got something here.
Okay. Well, I got a little bit if you don't catch it. But...
Oh, don't worry. We'll do some tag team actioning here. But, I got this. All right. Matt, good to see you again, by the way.
It's good to see you.
It's been a while, buddy.
It has been a while, yes.
But we can leave this till later on. But I've got a couple questions for you, Matt. Is that all right?
That is how the system works, I guess.
So we were on Sephora Secundus together, right?
Yeah, we were in the. I was actually in the PDF fortress over the mine near the end.
Now, when you were there, did you observe Andrew and I interacting with any of this technology you're alluding to, or taking any of this technology?
I mean, you were investigating it. You were looking at like the runes.
That was not my question, Matt. What was my question?
I don't know.
My question was, did you see us interact with and take any of this?
Well, no, but you were...
Thank you, Matt. Now, my other question is, for what we were doing there the majority of the time, you were there in the police station at the very end, right?
Yes.
Now, were we just there to maybe peruse technology, or what was the last thing we were doing there, Matt?
You were helping fight off the monstrous creatures that were attacking everyone on the planet.
Now, Matt, were we doing that from a distance, or we were there in person on the front lines with you and your police force?
Yes, you certainly are good at killing people.
That wasn't my question, Matt.
Well, I feel like I answered your question.
So yes, we were effective in stopping, you say people. Would you consider the Rombies people, Matt?
They were monstrous abominations.
Would it be fair to say that we did a good job to basically amend your previous statement? We were very effective at stopping Imperium heretics while protecting Imperium people?
Yes, but I believe it could very well have been a situation where you've taken advantage of the technology.
You believe? Or I'm just asking pure facts here, Matt. Were we protecting against Imperium heretics while protecting Imperium people?
That is all I saw. But
okay,
people, you could have picked up things when I was not looking. There was a lot of chaos. There were people worshiping a living saint.
Andrew, objection.
Objection to that statement. Jesus, tag man.
Thank you so much, Matt. Andrew.
You can't object when you're the ones asking the questions. You can't object to the witness.
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor, Your Excellency, but clearly he's making statements of conjecture, and we just want to keep him on topic. But actually, I have some important things to address here. First of all, if you didn't, in fact, going off of what Jay said, see us take any of this technology or use it in any way, and you say that any time that you didn't see us was an opportunity to take some, wouldn't you say that also means it was an opportunity for you to acquire it as well? And that we don't have any evidence to prove that you had taken it because we didn't see you at all times. Is that not true, Matt?
Objection! I don't think this is a relevant question. Hardin is just sort of silently nodding and like stroking his chin. Let's focus on the facts.
All right, Your Honor. As far as the crew are concerned and how they treated Matt here, clearly they were investigating a situation, and I'm sure, as you know, Your Excellency, you can't always maintain control, or nor are you responsible for the actions of all of your subordinates. So using their methods as a form to say that we're the bad guys, wouldn't that mean that everyone under your command as well, Your Honor, and everyone like Matt here, you are responsible for?
Are you saying I'm a bad leader?
No, I'm saying...
Andrew, bail on this topic. Tag me back in.
All right.
Oh, I don't know what he was saying. Sometimes the robot stuff in the brain gets all screw jobby.
He's sort of scratching his beard a little bit. He's thinking a little bit about what you said, but he's very defensive as well. He wants to be seen as the most powerful person around.
I just mean you're not responsible for us.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, to get back on topic here, you, when speaking with the crew, and it sounds like it was a terrible dilemma. I'm so sorry about that. We did not give them any instruction to do anything like that, so I don't know why that situation would arise. Do you know why they attacked you, Matt?
They just started threatening me. We were having a discussion about gathering more information, and they started threatening me.
Okay, well, clearly you got to the end, and it seems like you must have shared some information about this technology. Is that correct?
Yes, because they threatened me.
Okay, what did you share with them? What did you assist them with?
I told them the information that I told the court, and I also helped them with a way to identify anyone who had used the material. I believe they were going to use that to examine Jay and Andrew and try to remove any evidence.
So they wanted to figure out a way to assess who might have tampered with these types of bombs. Is that correct?
I guess so.
So that seems strange to me, Matt, that they would be interested in finding how to track down this technology. Don't you find that strange for two individuals, myself and Andrew, who might have, what you say, did this?
Like I said, they were probably chasing all the leads, probably trying to find. I don't know. I don't want to do conjecture like you guys are saying. I think.
Okay, I
think we're done here.
That's very fair, Matt. That's very fair. My last question. Now, you had mentioned before that obviously they got very upset with you, and something must have gone down, and they just got very aggressive. And Matt, it sounds like you're a big supporter of Magnifico in this, correct?
I mean, I believe Magnifico is a pretty good guy. I'm glad to work with. I'm glad to work with any members of the Command Council who aren't heretics and traitors.
Okay, so you would assume that Andrew and I are in this one camp, heretics and traitors, and you and Magnifico are in this other camp, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Daniel, can you play back the one piece of tape we have from the crew in that encounter? I just want to get to the bottom of why this happened. I'm sorry, Matt, you don't know this, but Daniel here, our Servo Skull, tends to record most of the things that happen. Can you play back that one clip for us, Daniel, about what might have gotten these crews so upset?
Oh, something about threatening and knowing certain people, maybe?
Well, no, before that, in fact, Daniel, if you scrub back, it seems that, Matt, we just listened to that. You were asking the crew to steal a plasma gun for you?
That sounds like it's doctored. You can't trust the Skull. The Skull is friends with them. I don't know why we could have the Skull be having evidence. I don't... You can't prove that I wanted a plasma gun, and you can't prove that I think we're done. Can we be done? I think this witness is
yes,
definitely...
you're right. We don't want his fellow compatriot Magnifico and you getting too upset. You two are on the same side, of course. The side of people who would, Captain Harden, steal plasma guns from your munitions. So, no more questions.
This is turning out to be a more interesting trial than I originally thought it might be. Magnifico, Solicitaris, do you have any other evidence to present? Yes, I have another a witness to bring up. I call Susan Calvin to the stand.
Okay, this could be good. You know, Susan.
I know.
Sometimes likes us.
I know I screwed the last one up. I was trying to say that he wasn't responsible, but maybe you shouldn't cross-examine her. I'm just saying.
Why? No, I can be totally unbiased or
practice question.
Practical or but she looks great. I mean, she's wearing a great outfit.
You're already disqualified.
No. I can get my head in the game. Put me in, coach.
Miss Calvin, I'll keep this brief because I'm sure you have better things to do. Definitely. All right. You are the one who keeps track of the finances of the flexible demeanor. How have the finances gone? Have we made money since Jay and Andrew have joined the crew? Or have we lost money since Jay and Andrew have joined the crew? Since they have joined the crew, we have lost over 7 million thrones.
That's a lot of thrones, right?
That's a few.
Okay.
They personally have brought in some income, including the drug water that was previously mentioned, and the new crew from the issue on the other side of the Eldari hole. But
I can't believe they kept the name. They kept the name.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catchy name.
But they have also lost us directly quite a bit of money. They have gotten us involved in a void battle against a pirate rogue trader.
Okay, that's fair.
They have gotten many members of the crew killed. They have
true.
crashed a shuttle.
I mean, crashed.
One person crashed the shuttle.
Unsafely landed.
Arguably, the issue in the Eldari hole was, well, not even arguably. Despite the extra crew we got, that was an overall net loss due to all the damage that was done to the ship. And we have still not seen any payment on this so-called pearl that we are pursuing.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but we were going to go there. So it was literally the next thing we were going to do.
So you're saying that these two have been nothing but trouble for the ship? Well, I didn't say that. They are...
See, she's on her side.
But financially, I suppose, yes, they have been a drain on the ship. I suppose if their quest to find the pearl is a spectacular payoff, it will have been worth it, but it honestly seems that that has not been the case. Now, why would you say that they keep losing us so much money? They have large, exciting ideas that don't tend to pay off. Yes, I could see that as one thing, but do you think it could possibly be that they are deliberately trying to lose us money? I don't know about that. I suppose it's a possibility. I don't like to speculate. Nothing further. Thank you, Miss Calvin.
You sure you don't think I can get up there and be objective, you know?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Clearly.
Okay.
If you go up, I'm going to make you roll to not lose your mind if you start asking her questions.
Oh no!
With a
I've gotten by so
significant
far with so many not
disadvantage.
rolls. Okay.
Cross-examination, Your Honor.
That is how it works.
All right. First, I would like to apologize. I was not meant to imply that you were in any way responsible for our or anyone else's actions. That was, in fact, my point. But as far as you're concerned, Susan, you also forgot to mention that we brought in an entire crashed ship's wealth before anyone else, and salvage from that ship.
That was factored into the balance sheet.
Okay.
Pivot away from the finances.
I understand, but it was an accomplishment, and I feel it should be mentioned that we did, in fact, bring in something other than the drug water. So, Susan, I know you don't always see eye to eye with the two of us, with Jay and Andrew.
He's referring to himself in the third person, Daniel. What's going on? Is the numbers going crazy?
I don't know.
But as far as what happened with the Eldari hole, I mean, clearly this is a treasure that's so potentially large that not only us, but many other rogue traders are involved. And so far, we've been in the lead, largely due to the efforts of Jay and myself.
Is there a question?
So my question...
You gotta ask questions, Andrew. They gotta be questions.
I'm taking a page from Magnifico's book here. Clearly, that we have the potential to bring in something very positive.
Everyone has the potential to do something.
So
I don't care about potential. I care about finances, as does Captain Harden.
So here's my question then. In the event of the Eldari hole, did that not end in our favor in the long run? Not necessarily financially.
No, we have lost quite a bit of money. There was damage to the ship. We got more members on the crew, but they're psychically scarred overall, the amount of damage, and we got nothing really out of that except for another piece in a map that maybe leads nowhere.
But we did get that piece to the map. Yes.
That could lead nowhere.
Do you know it's going to lead nowhere? You just said yourself you don't like to speculate. And so far, there has been a series of events that have led us to all of these map pieces that Jay and myself have led us on this trail. And they've all resulted in gathering of further pieces. Is that not correct?
At this point, with the loss of the treasury, I don't know if we can afford to keep going on this chase.
That's a separate matter. I understand that we are being accused of being responsible for such an event. That is the general purpose of this trial by the gentleman on my right. But as you said yourself, you don't like to speculate whether we go on this adventure or not, and I'm sure the funds will be recovered shortly. Have we been a positive influence on this trek? Yes or no?
No.
How is that so? Please explain.
Tag me in.
You have lost us money.
Tag me in, Andrew. I think I could do something.
All right,
okay. Hey, Susan. You look great. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you need me to make a roll?
You need to make a roll, yeah. What are we going to do to make you keep your cool talking to Susan?
Is this a willpower type of deal?
I think so, yeah.
Oh no, my willpower. Why did I say willpower? That was just...
No, I mean, it is willpower, though. Difficulty 3. I mean, you're not a complete moron. Like, you could. This is a pretty easy
thanks,
thing.
Daniel.
Yeah.
My willpower is a 3, though. So
okay, well, that's
here we go.
You'll still be able to talk, but you'll also put your foot in your mouth a little bit.
Yep. Unless I rolled a 3 on 3 dice.
That's pretty good. You're fine. I mean, you're still a little Twitter-pated, but you'll be able to say a little bit here.
keep it together, Jay. Keep it together.
Okay.
On track.
Okay. Finances. Susan, you are undoubtedly, would you agree, the best financial advisor on this ship.
Yes, but I'm not sure what the relevance of that is.
Well, I just want to confirm. You are the top financial advisor.
Objection! What is... I've got this. Stop yelling. Oh, okay.
Thanks, Susan. In that regard, when you're looking at finances, and Andrew, I read a couple books and stuff, you know, to have conversation
read or
over like
skimmed?
dinner or
What?
know.
No, it's on topic.
Oh yeah, Susan. In finances, right? You know, you take in how much we are spending and then how much we're bringing in, right? That's normal.
Yes, that is the very basics. It's a lot more complicated than that.
It is a lot more complicated than that. For example, how expensive is it for us to take jobs in business when there's so much rogue trader competition out there? Competition to you, Your Excellency.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, would you agree that this treasure hunt, I am Chief Treasure Hunter, or I was, has brought in many other rogue traders interested in this exact investment, which we'll call it that, and subsequently, as a result, has removed some competition here and there and drained your competition's resources?
Too directly removed.
Yeah,
mention that.
We directly removed the wealth of the competition and, as so far, put us ahead in the chase.
Yes, the other rogue traders do also believe in this pearl. However, I do not necessarily believe that it will pay off. Yes, this trek has brought us into conflict with others and we have defeated them, which is good. However, it has also made us enemies with some rogue traders that we were previously neutral or even close to an alliance with. I know that one rogue trader is still angry about photographs that you sent them.
I mean, I don't know anything about that, but
Divert.
Keep it back on track. So when looking at investments, and you don't think this is going to pay off, but let's look at our track record in terms of investing. So you all invested in our interest in finding a derelict ship with some legendary treasure on board. Is that correct?
I did not support it, but we did do that, yes.
And what was the result of that? Did we find said ship with treasure?
Yes, and we got into a very large battle with another rogue trader, but yes, we did find the treasure.
So the investment did pan out, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We also recently went to a desert planet, and our directive was to find a way to make money, which you invested in by sending us to the planet ourselves, and did that investment work out?
We haven't started making money off of this drug water yet,
But based on your financial assessments, would you say so?
It appears to be highly addictive.
Okay. And then every planet we visited, although has not yet yielded any financial gain, we have successfully located maps in every location, as Andrew pointed out, and that has yielded a path for all of us, enough to have multiple people of your competition to invest their time as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
So, in regards to whether we are a viable financial investment, on the two cases that we have actually set out to reap said investments, we've been successful, and we have so far lived up to our agreement of getting us to the Pearl based on our track record. Is that also correct?
Yes, but if you stole all of that treasure, even regardless of whether you stole all of the treasure or not, the treasure being missing means that we will, to be perfectly frank, not be able to afford to keep running this operation. People, and she probably shouldn't be saying this, but she's a little flustered that you're pushing back on her. We're not going to be able to keep paying the crew if we keep doing this. And there is just like mutters and just rumbles in the audience.
And like I can see that she's like a little,
because
I've gone a little bit hard here.
You went a little harder on her than she was suspecting,
and it kind of like I realized that I like focused too much, and I lean up to the desk where she's sitting, and I get close. I promise, that's not going to happen. We are going to find this treasure. These people are going to get to keep their jobs.
Okay, now you need to roll to keep her, and you could actually win her over right now.
Okay.
Don't blow this.
No, it's a persuasion roll. What's the difficulty now?
6.
Still a 6?
It was a 7 before.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
You know what? It's a 5. It's a 5.
That's a 6 on my wrath die and 3 6s, Daniel. That's 4 6s total and a 6 on my wrath die. With a persuasion against Susan. Susan Daniel.
Susan is comforted by what you have said, and she is now definitely in your corner. She actually, Magnifico has been trying to convince her very much that you are bad news, and she sort of thought that, but you have actually, your words have convinced her, and that 6 is, Emperor help me, that 6 is...
There's a gleam in her eye.
Is she impressed
There could be
by my
potential.
by my financial whimsy?
Oh, she was already impressed. That's why you won her over. Your eyes are a little stunning when she looks at you for just a minute.
Baby, I got stunning eyes. This is the best day ever. I don't care if we die.
Jay, keep it together.
Huh? What?
I don't want to die.
Oh no! Was I speaking out loud? Susan, thank you very much. No more questions. That's it for us. I'm gonna walk around. Is it hot in here?
No,
It's
take a
hot in here.
seat. Take a seat.
Okay, I'm sitting down.
Okay, that was not what I expected. Nor did I. Magnifico, do you have anyone else? One last thing. One piece of evidence that we just found very recently.
Objection. This evidence was not presented to the defense.
No. It's fine. This is totally fine. Throw it out there. Listen, if he wants to throw in some random evidence, that means we can too.
You know what? I withdraw my objection, Your Honor. The evidence can be presented.
We have recently found evidence that the defense, the accused, and their Kroot allies and their cronies have been stockpiling weapons.
What? That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
We have recently followed the Kroot, and we discovered that they had killed several members of the crew. We have evidence that the Kroot, and I assume other members of their cadre, have been getting weapons together. And in fact, we have Kroot fingerprints all over the crime scene. This is the one on the wrath die that you rolled in the past as the Kroot when they were investigating the weapons.
Damn it!
Yeah, Jay, it's fine. I've got a perfect rebuttal for this guy.
There is no... we are just going to present this evidence right here. There's nobody to interview. We just have the evidence that we're presenting right here. And it's just pictures of all of these weapons. There's pictures of all of the dead crew. There's not much left of them because the crew took them away, but there is security footage of the battle going on. Not of the actual chamber itself. They have footage of Rub eating the one guy's head, and then the actual room where the fight goes in, the cameras don't show that, but then they show the Kroot coming out with guy brushes, and the Kroot are covered in blood.
Oh, that's no good. We reviewed the tape. We knew that happened, but they're only getting one side of the story.
No, this is perfect. This is perfect. He's digging his own hole.
Okay. All right.
But there's nobody to cross-examine with that. It's just presenting evidence. That's just presenting evidence. Yeah. For now, the Solicitoris rests. But before we move on, I would like to make a motion. I believe that we have very clearly presented what is going on here, and I ask that we make a motion to kill both of these traitors and not waste any more time on this trial.
Clear objection, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'll absolutely object to that. We haven't even called our witnesses. We haven't even presented our evidence.
That's not something you object to. It's just merely something that I would need to approve, and I do not approve it. I do want to hear the rest of this. However, we are going to take a brief recess. I and you two will present in just a moment.
All right, Daniel, while we take our recess, we're going to just reassess the basically the evidence we got and we've compiled with you. Let's just check that right. Oh, it's this button, right?
Thanks for listening to this grimdark tale. It seems that Jay and Andrew may have a winnable case on their hands. But can they stick the landing? Tune in next time to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. And if you've enjoyed this episode, why not leave us a rating and review on iTunes? It would be most appreciated. And if you're looking for other podcasts, why not check out Friday Night Quests? A podcast much like Wrath and Story, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. There you may recognize the familiar voice of Jay Jones, and occasionally you'll hear Andrew and Daniel drop by the show as well, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Our theme song was composed by Kyle Fryer. You can check out his music on SoundCloud. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. And if you have any questions for Daniel and the boys, send them an email at wrathandstory@gmail.com. That's with the "and" spelled out. We may even answer them on one of our next episodes, so stay tuned. Until next time, goodbye.